Night is pretty good. As long as you don't have to play at least 12 in one of those weekends, you'll be fine because you have time to catch up on your rest. But it's the hard ones is when you play 2 night games and you have to play a 12 o'clock game because, you know, depending on if you're traveling. If you're home, you're fine. But if you're traveling somewhere far, like coming back from Penn State, we didn't get back to like 5 in the morning. So, you know, if we had to play a 12 o'clock game the next following week, then we kind of would have been behind.
Would you guys take cars back? No, I'm just joking. Hey, but on the road at night, is that a little bit of a different challenge to kill time all day? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, is it, or do they take pretty good care of you guys with that?
Oh, they take pretty good.
How do they do that?
Coach has a great routine for us to follow each and every weekend that we do have a night game. And, you know, we go over, we work the game and then we rest, we work the game and then we rest. And, you know, the way that he has it set up is perfect for all of us. And by the time game time gets around, we're ready to go.
Urban Meyer said you maybe played your best game since you've been here last week. Did it feel like that?
I had a lot of fun. That's all I'm gonna say. I just had a lot of fun. I had a whole lot of fun this season, but you know, just thinking about that was my second to last home game. You know, it played a big factor in my life. So I just want to go out there and give them all.
Can you break down Coke for us a little bit, their quarterback, and what he does special to lead that team?
He's a big leader, and you know, he puts the offense on his back, and you know, he calls the plays, and you know, he gets the ball to who he needs to get the ball to.
You guys could have, arguably, a lot of people, you know, probably thought after the Penn State sort of gritty win that you guys might have regressed last week, you know, in terms of having a hangover. You guys didn't do that, but you got to pick it back up for a challenging sort of nighttime atmosphere. What's been the mentality in the locker room in terms of, like he was saying, 3 straight night games, you know, you guys avoiding that hangover?
Get your rest. That's the big thing. That's all you can do is take care of your body and get your rest. And if you don't, you know, you can one little stand up too late one night can just set you backwards. And you know, we need everybody, and you know, we need everybody to do the things they're supposed to do, so we can go out and have a great win this weekend.
Curtis, what's going to be the key? Langford, he had over 100 yards against you guys last year in the Big Ten championship game. Just containing their running game, keeping them under, you know, 150, 200 yards rushing.
We just got to attack and execute. I mean, last year I think we had him to what? 17 rushing yards to the third quarter, and then he broke a
couple
run.
Big plays at the end.
Yeah, and he broke a run at the end, and that gave him momentum. He's a momentum guy. So if we let him get it rolling, it's going to be a hard time. But if we stop him, you know, and not let him get his momentum, we'll be all right.
I think people were kind of surprised how good he was last year, and this year he's taking it. Maybe he's finishing more plays and getting those yards after contact. Is that kind of what you see with him? He's developed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he has a year to grow, and you know when you have a year to grow, you can work on your weaknesses and get better at them, and he's definitely worked to get better at them.
Curtis, do you think they took you by surprise last year? I mean, you guys were number 2 at the time. There was a lot of talk about the national championship game, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they kind of blindside you almost in the championship game.
It was a tight game until the end. We just didn't finish. I think if we would have finished, it would have been a different outcome, but we didn't finish last year.
Curtis, they have a lot of experienced guys, a bunch of fifth-year starters on that team. You guys have some young guys in key roles. As an older guy, what do you have to do to make sure maybe young guys on this team don't get overly hyped up for a game like this?
One thing about our young guys that I can say about this year, they're very mature. You know, you don't expect it from a lot of our young guys as being a senior, you know, to come in and do the things that they do. But our young guys, they come in with a lot of us older guys and get the film work and do majority of things that us, the guys that play are, you know, older guys, the seniors come in and do, and you know, that makes them grow a little bit. So, like I said, I'm not really worried about the young guys. I like for them to be excited to get ready to play.
Curtis, there haven't been too many games in your career that you guys